Hey, what's up? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. It's me, Karwanna D, and today I want to talk about the three major steps to becoming a government contractor. So, if you're new to my channel, never heard of me before, I'm Karwanna D, a business growth strategist, certified business coach, and I work with women and minority small business owners. So, specializing in teaching you how to grow your business with government contracts. Now, this is one of the biggest kept secrets that's out there that every small business owner should know about. So if you're looking for a way to significantly grow your business, to quickly scale your business, to have consistent sustainable income, and to land one of the biggest customers that you can ever acquire as a small business, then this is it. This is what you want to learn about, right? How to do government contracting and landing the government as your client, right? They're one of the top paying clients that are already saying, hey, we're looking for women, we're looking for minorities, we're looking for small business owners. If that's you, we have this huge bucket of money that we want to provide to you to provide your services to us. And so it's almost a no-brainer, you guys. So today I want to talk about three steps that you have to take to officially become a government contractor. So most people don't know really. It's a lot of information out there, and some of the information is kind of sporadic, and so it's here and there, and it's not really no one streamlined source of information. And so that's where I come in with the $1 trillion government contracts program that I created as a blueprint to help small business owners get started and to understand fully how to navigate the government contracting space successfully. Okay, and you can do it in a slower time, a quicker, shorter time frame, right? Without having to figure it out on your own, without having to spend years trying to understand this new world, right? Of government contracting. And so the three major steps to becoming a government contractor, and it's very important. I also recently released a brand new ebook. I'm going to drop the link in the in the notes. A brand new ebook that has the exact steps, right? And it has more details, and it goes deeper and diver. I dive deep, deeper and diver. I don't even know where that come from, but I dive deeper, right, in the ebook of where to go and the three steps and how to do it and what agencies you want to do it with, like all that stuff. So it's all in there. So it's like, consider it as like insider secrets, right? A lot of people don't want to share this information, but I find that I love to empower other people. I've always been that person to share resources, knowledge, tips, information, any information that I have. I'm gladly open to sharing that if it's going to help someone. So this is something that has not only transformed my own life, but also is transformed the many lives of those who I've personally worked with and help them to become government contractors. So that people are getting contracts, they're getting large contracts, they're getting multi-million-dollar contracts, they're getting big six-figure contracts, and it's barely costing them just a little bit of time, right? Just a little bit of time. And so this is something that you can really change your life with. And so anyway, I want to get into the three major steps, right, to building a government contracting business. So these are just three steps to becoming officially a government contractor. Okay, and it starts with I call it the three-step BCP system. That is a system that I designed, right? I coined it. You're not going to find it anywhere else but here through me, and it's called the three-step BCP system, right? And so basically, in essence, and these are some of the things that I teach inside my program. But the first step is the B. The B stands for business foundation, right? So the first step is understanding how to pre-qualify your business foundation to become a government contractor, right? So there's a list of certain items that you have to have. One, being a business, you have to have a officially formed business, right? And so what does that come with? It either comes with a articles of incorporation, or in some states it's called articles of organization, right? And so in addition to that, your EIN, right? And so you go to irs.gov to get that free EIN, which is like your social security number for your business. And so basically, those are the fundamental documents that you need to have. In addition to that, if you've been in business for 2 or more years, then you have to have copies of your business your business taxes, right? Including your Schedule C. Okay, so but if you haven't and you're just starting in business, whether it's 3 days, 3 months, 6 months, it doesn't matter. You can still become a government contractor. Okay, but there are steps, and so if you don't have those 2 years of business taxes, then you do still will need to provide 2 years of your personal taxes. And the reason being is because they have these huge set aside budgets specifically for small businesses. And so if your revenues come in under a certain threshold, which is like in the millions, and in certain industries, hundreds of millions, right? If it comes in below that threshold, then you're considered a small business. And so that's why they request your tax documents, just to make sure that you're within that threshold. Okay. And so business or personal taxes, if you, for any reason, if for any reason you haven't filed personal taxes and you don't have business taxes, and, it's been a few years since, you've been under the radar completely, and that's okay. If that's your situation, that's okay, but you still can become a government contractor. However, in place of those, you would have to come up with like a letter of explanation as to why you haven't filed. And that could be like, hey, I haven't had any income, or I've been unemployed, or whatever the situation is, right? Okay, so we have that information. Then we have what else do you need? Dun and Brad number. So the DMB number. So a lot of these things are the same, the same fundamental documents that you need to build business credit. And so in my program, I also show people how to, use this vehicle that they call a business to not only become a government contractor, but also to build business credit and leverage your business for wealth in that way as well. And so then we have the Dun and Brad number, the free Dun and Brad number, which you can get absolutely free on your own. And then there's some other things, like if you have a home-based business, right, you will have to provide a copy of your lease of where you do business. Okay, if you have a brick and mortar or a virtual office, then you just have to have a copy of your lease agreement or your lease arrangement or whatever. Even if it's in a garage, it really doesn't matter. You just have to have proof of where you do business, whether that's a corner, a kitchen, a garage, it doesn't matter. Online, virtual office, doesn't matter. All right, so those are most of the documents that you need to have in order to become a qualified government contractor. That's the pre-qualifications part, right? So that's the B, right? The C is certifications, all right? So this is the second phase. The second phase that I take people through in my program is the certifications phase. And so we talk about your socio-economic status, right? So your social disadvantaged economic status. So are you a woman? Yeah, and if so, we check that off the list. So we need to become a woman-owned certified business, right? Are you a minority? Yes, we check that off, right? Some other things. Are you a member of the LGBT group? Like, do you identify with that? And if so, we check that off. Are you a disabled veteran? Did you used to serve? And if so, we check that off. So these are like officially becoming certified contractors under these particular socioeconomic statuses. And the reason being, as a small business, there are set-aside contracts, but also as a woman in business, there are set-aside contracts and a lot of sole source contracts, which, is some of the things that I talk about in my program, but also as a minority, right, and as an LGBT member, as a disabled veteran, there's all pools of money, right? And if you fall into one or more of those buckets, that's just more opportunities for you to, go after contracts that are set aside for you, right? So that is how people are winning, are scaling their business, multiple six figures in like less than 6 months. And so it's very possible, and it works, right? So if you're thinking or wondering, like, will this work for me? It works for anyone who's willing to take action and do the steps, right? So the more of the more realistic question is, will you work for it? Okay, so it's out there and it works, right? So will you work for it? Are you committed to your business and your dreams and your goals? Are you willing to invest in yourself and get the information and get the knowledge and take action and implement the steps into your business? And if so, then you can be one of those amazing testimonials of the business owners who say, hey, I grew my business in 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in 6 months or 3 months or whatever. Everybody's story and journey is going to be different, right? But it's very possible for you, and it's definitely something that you should consider if you're not already selling your services to the government. Now, you may be wondering and thinking, well, can I sell services to the government? All I do is, web design, or all I do is hair, or all I do is speak. There are contracts literally for pens. Like, you can sell that to the government and make $500,000 in one contract, right? So if you can do that, then best believe your expertise and what you do, the services that you provide, the government does buy that, right? They do have consultants, they have speakers, they have events, they have web designers, they have IT tech people, they have construction folks, trades, painting, art, people who do art, architects, designers, like everything. Like anything that you can think of, they have contracts for that. So the next phase is the P, right? And this is the phase that is more like, once we get through the first two phases, the phase three is called the proposals phase, right? So this is where you learn about different types of proposal opportunities. That could be RFPs, RFQs, solicitations, right? Sole source, like all of these different acronyms that are involved in the government contracting space, which, by the way, is like a whole new language that you have to learn. But I'm here to show you and teach you, and so you understand this world, so you can navigate it successfully. But at the proposals phase, so now that you become a official government contractor and you have these socioeconomic statuses, now what do you do with that? And that is going to be the very key part, right, to you landing your first contract. Understanding where to find proposal opportunities and how to respond to each proposal opportunity appropriately, because there's different ways that you respond to the different types of opportunities that are out there. And so, but once you reach that phase, it's a rinse and repeat thing, right? It's business certifications proposals, rinse and repeat, phase three, right? So that's strategy. That is the system. You rinse and repeat. So you constantly are looking for opportunities to submit your proposals and submit your quotes, and then you're landing contracts. And so this is something that you can do simultaneously and have multiple contracts simultaneously, or you can choose to have one six-figure contract and you're good with that, right? And you're working less than part-time. You're still being your own boss, right? So you free up your time. You're building your legacy, all of these amazing things. And so just to kind of recap, I just went through the entire three-step BCP system that I designed to help people quickly understand and to build their business with the government, right? So they can quickly become certified government contractors and land their contracts like right out the door, right at the door. And so I have a complete step-by-step ebook that actually walks you through all three phases, but it also tells you and gives more detailed knowledge about like what happens in each phase. And so it's called the BCP. It's called Business Certification Proposals. That is the book, right? So that is my first book that I recently released, giving a whole complete strategy of this system that I designed. And for those who want to learn more, I'm going to drop the link in this message. I'm going to drop the link shortly after the recording, so that you can go check it out and you can grab your copy, get your ebook, and then see what happens, see what what you need to do, right? And if you want my help, of course, you can always visit qualifyforgovernmentcontracts.com, where I help you through all the phases. We take out all the guesswork. I've already did the heavy lifting, and so we have people rocking and rolling, landing contracts. This is a 6-week program, by the way, and we have people landing contracts in their 5th week, which is so amazing. So it is the exact system small business owners are using to 10x their business, like in a very short time. We're talking like 6 to 12 months. We're talking about growing it by leaps and bounds. And so, I'm Karwanna D again, and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to drop the link. In fact, it is bit.ly, if you know the bit.ly/3-step BCP. Okay, bit.ly/3-step BCP, and I will drop the link. But if you have any questions, comment below, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions. You guys have a great week. I'm actually getting ready to hop in a session with with my group of trainees, so that are going to be landing their contracts like before the year is out. So you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and I will check you next time. All right.